All right, guys, it's amazing to have you here once again. And today we are going to look at another project, 0 times 0 Python Hello World project. Interesting, right? Interesting, amazing. How's your journey going? Welcome. Please, if you are just coming across, like and subscribe. I hope C was great. Now it's time to do Python. Before we even get started, let's look at a few basics, a few prerequisites for you to keep in mind. Just keep somewhere. I know this has been overflow. Python is in an interpreted language, unlike C, which is a compiled language created by Godova in 1989. So some little features just before we get started. Python is a simple language. If we say simple, doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything. More like A plus A is B, 1 plus 1 is 2, but more like you just get started from there anyway. And if you really put your head into it, you can actually understand a lot about Python. It's it has the printf directive which print out the line and include a new line. If you have been coding C, right, the same language, you understand that you have to include a new line at any point you need it, but Python will help you put that automatically. And you have the print function, print function, and it helps you output strings of text to the output strings of text. And in Python theory, the print is invoked with parentheses, unlike Python 2. In Python version 2, you don't need to add the parentheses, but in version 3, the recent version, you have to add your parentheses, which is the open and close braces, before you can be able to evoke that, apart from print any other function. Yeah, indentation is important. If you have coming from C background, you need to understand that Python, the indentation is important. It's not an option, but it's a necessity. So it's used for block. Instead of using curly braces such as languages in C, you use indentation, and the standard indentation required codes to use four spaces. So these are the things you should keep in mind just before we get started. Okay, just this is it. There are concepts I will encourage you look into. You are just starting anti-Python, right? So you need to look into many of these concepts, and these are resources. Please do your best to look through. You are just starting a new language, so you want to understand most of the basics of Python tutorial and on all of this. Please, again, you need to understand the PY style. In C, we are using Betty style, but we have the PY style for Python. You have to just look through that, and then, okay, some requirements. Again, readme file at the beginning of the project, and have another readme file. This should be for the repo, and the second readme should be for the what is it called, the directory, right, the project directory. So you have to ensure that you have those two there. Again, okay, then we have the list, which is the main file. In other cases, we could have that as main.h, but here we have the list.h file. Don't forget to push that. Then main.c are files you use for testing, right? Main.c file. Okay, they are not much here, but in other instances, okay, these are the main.h file, main.c file. Here they are called .py files. You use them for testing to be sure that you're doing the right thing. And one interesting thing about Python, guys, is the Zen of Python by Tim Peters. You can actually write this down somewhere as you are learning Python, so that you read it out And after some time, after 3 months, 6 months of coding, again you read it and you are going to find a lot of meaning in that. So again, we have this quiz. I have a separate video for that, so for you to look at that. So welcome to Python, guys, officially. Let's keep the project. Let's start rolling. So the first thing we have to do after that is to go ahead to, since we are starting a new repo, we have to create, we have to go to GitHub and create a new repository. So how you do that is, you just go to GitHub, you go to new, you click on new repository. Then what you have to do is you are going to put in this name, ALX high level programming. You put it as the repository name. So after it shows, you are not adding any readme file, or you go ahead to click on create. So that you do that, then it's going to pop up a link that looks like this, that has this HTTP without this, that has HTTP. So you are going to copy that link. You're going to copy that link. What I'm talking about, the link has no this without git clone anyway. Just start with http://github username ALX. So in place of this, this is your username. Your GitHub username should be here. So when you copy the link, so what you're going to do, I believe you have your personal access token. So you just again pick it, copy it, and add it here. You add it here after this second slash, then there should be act here. You add it, then you add again git clone. You add the git clone. So what you're going to do, you're going to put all of this. You're going to copy all of this from here, just the way it is. Sorry. So you're going to copy all of that from there, and you head over to your, so you come here and create a new, you get a terminal. So you're going to do that, and then you paste all of that here. So you click on paste, you paste what you have copied. Okay, let's do, after you create a you get a terminal, you come here and do, first you have to be sure you're in the root directory by doing cd root. Okay, you hit enter. Then when you hit enter, so you're going to paste what you copied, the git clone, https access token, and the rest of the username, GitHub, and ALS lab. You're going to paste it here. So just like so, you hit enter. So it's going to clone the repository you created on GitHub into your local machine. That is basically how you do that. I'm not doing that again because I already do that. Remember, this is your username. You are going to replace this username as your username. Change that. You are going to put your username there. So since I created that, I'll just have to, after creating, you do cd into the repo you created. You get pulled. So this is it. I'll go ahead and pull it and paste it here. So okay. Yeah, it's just, I just want to try out. Vagrant is the same thing. You can use your sandbox, but sometimes the sandbox may just, become blank, like a lot of people complain about. Or sometimes you may even want to get a sandbox, you click the run button and it's not activated, it's not clicking. So I already have Vagrant. I also have Vagrant, so I'm just testing this to let you know that apart from your sandbox, you can use Vagrant. I'll link how to download and install Vagrant in the description of this video, so that in case you have the issue of sandbox not running or the screen is become blank, you can use Vagrant. All right, so the next thing we want to do, since we have cloned, we just go ahead and copy this. Copy. Remember, we have cloned the repo from GitHub already, so go ahead and do cd paste. Remember, you can use your, once you right click on your mouse, whatever you copied will be pasted on the terminal. So all right, we are in ALS. So remember, you have to create a readme for the repo. There are two readme. The repo have to have a readme, then the directory too, the hello world directory, have to have its own readme. About to readme is what you're expected to create in this project. So trying to, okay, basically once, if you go through the instructions, basically they are to readme. So in the ALS low level programming, you have to create a readme.md file. Okay, yeah, ALS. So you can customize, put whatever you want to put here in this readme. So this is it for this. Okay, you can customize it and put whatever. After creating that, you do escape shift colon WQ, save and quit. So the next thing you have to do is that you have to create the directory, right? The directory. So this is it, 0 times 0 0 that. So you have to copy this and come here, mkdir. Once you right click, it's going to paste. So I hit enter, cannot create. Yes, as expected, because it already exists. So since it exists, I'll cd into that. So we are there. So yeah, let's look. So after that, the next thing you have to create, you have to create a readme, the second readme for the directory. So here, readme.md, so all right, so solutions to that. So this is my readme. You can go ahead and create yours, customize it to whatever you don't have to copy what is here. It's just a readme, right? So if you are done, you can save and quit. So the next thing, after creating your two readme files, the next thing you want to do is to create the list files. This is it, the list.h, which is the header file. So go ahead and do li here .h. So what are the content of that file? Basically, we are going to show that shortly. So if I hit that, so this is it. This is the content of your list.h file. All right. I may want to ask, are these not C? Is this not a C program? Of course, because you will still have to create some sync programs even in this hello world. So you can see them. Okay, so this is it. Main.c. So this again is a C file. All right, so all of that prototype are here. C size underscore t and all of that, they are here. So this is supposed to be the content of your main.h. Again, I will try as much as possible to link to have a document for all of this file and put it in the description of this video. So watch out. You have to click the description, and please like and subscribe to this channel to keep us going. So after that, then we have to come back here and start working on the individual tasks after you've done that. So the first one we have here, like we always do, is have this tag 0, and it says write a script that runs a Python script. The Python file name will be saved in the environment variable, this $py file. So we are writing a script. Okay, we are writing a script. Again, this is the test file, right? So what we have to do is do vi. What is the name of the file we are creating? This is it, 0 run. So I'll pick this and vi 0 run. So okay, so okay, for this first code, this 0 run file, this is the solution. Like we said earlier, this is going to be on the first line of our script, since we are writing a script here. So what this depicts, this is called the shebang command, or you can call it hashbang command. It tells the system which interpreter to use to execute the script. In this case, we are using bash. And again, here what we are doing here, we are running a Python script. We are running a Python script whose name is stored, the file name is stored in py file. It's stored in this py file variable. So basically, this is what this script is about. We are running a Python script that is stored in this py file variable. So you put that, like I said, there will be, I'll leave the source code in the description for you to have easy access to that. So after that, you can do escape, wq, save and quit. So you quickly go to the next one. So you copy this and come here, you do vi, you paste the name of the file. Okay, so if I hit enter again, we have this. So like I said earlier, this is the hashbang or the shebang command, and what it does, it tells the system which interpreter to use to execute the script. In this case, we are using bash, and again you have this command. Okay, we are running a Python script, and the file name is, we are going to store the file name is stored in the py code variable. File name will be stored in this variable, and this is a flag, the C flag. And what this C flag does is used to run the Python program from within the command line. So basically, that is what is happening here. So once you are done, do your escape, wq to save and quit. So before we even proceed, let's use one of these test files to test what we have done. This one run inline file. So what I'm going to do, you see this, we want to use this run to test what we have done. So what you do, you come here, you copy this code. Just going to click on copy, and if I come here, I'm going to paste that here. So if I paste that and I hit enter, oh sorry, I didn't copy that rapidly. Let me do that again. So I'll copy, I'll paste that. If I hit enter, so after that, again, I'll come here and put this line, this dot slash up to this point. So if I hit enter, so you see it's going to print this best school column 98, exactly what is here. So this shows that what I've done is basically correct. So you can test with some of these test files. That is just to show you an example of how it is being done. So we move straight to the next one, hello print. Write a Python script that print exactly programming is like building a multi and followed by a new line. So we're going to copy the file name again. I copy the file name from here, and I'll come here and do vi, and I'll paste the file name here, and If I hit enter, it's going to print. Again, we are writing a script. So what this is quite similar to what we talked about earlier, and I'm going to explain what is happening here. So this is, like we know, it's called the hashbang or the shebang command, and it tells the operating system that the file is a Python script. And the file is a Python script that should be executed using the Python theory interpreter. So that's what you have here. This is a Python script that should be executed using the Python theory interpreter, which is located in this part, USR bin. So it is located in this part. So that is what this line is talking about. And this second line, we are using the print function to print this line out. And take note, if you are trying to print a Python, you see this first invited comma, this first invited comma open, this one. You can use the double quote. We use a single quote here, or they use a single quote. You can use a double quote, but you have to be careful because this second one, you cannot use the same thing when you are doing for what is outside and inside. Okay, so but in this case, a single quote was used, and what is inside automatically, if we use a single quote here, it's not going to work. So that is why they use. So what this is going to print out is going to print from here, from this double quote. See, programming is like so. From the double quote, it's going to stop at puzzle. So that is what that is going to print. So after that, you do escape, shift, colon, WQ. So you save that and quit, WQ. So after that, we're going to move to the next one, print integers. Complete the source code in order to print the integer stored in the variable number, followed by battery straight, and the rest of them. So these are the instructions which you should take note of. Again, they gave a source code which you can look at here. So what we are doing here, you see these are three lines. So your code goes here. So you are going to remove this third line and include your code. So this upper two line, you are going to copy this first two line, then you are going to remove this third line and add your code there. So that's basically what is expected of you to be done here. So let's copy the file name, 3print underscore number.py. So I click on copy. I create the file using VI and 3print. So if I hit enter, it's going to bring me here. So this is what, like I said earlier, they gave us this two line, and what we are expected to do here is to complete it in order to print the integer. So what we are doing, we are printing, we are doing string formatting. That is what this f string represents. We're doing string formatting. So they gave us this number, then you can find this way. The output of the script should be the number followed by battery straight. So they want us to output this number, then followed by this string, battery straight. So what you do, you use the print function, then you use this formatted string, then you are going to put the variable here, number, the variable name number, put it here, which is going to definitely print 98, then followed by battery straight. So that is basically what is happening here. Like this, I've explained this earlier. So that is what you do. So once you are done, you do your colon WQ, you save and quit. So again, you can go ahead to test with this. If you input this, if you put this to be sure you did the right thing, you can copy this code to test. So if I come here, paste that, so you see it's going to print 98 battery stress, exactly what we are expected to print. So basically that is that. So you can move to the next one, complete the source code in order to print the float stored in the variable number with precision of 2 digits. So you can find the source code here. So we want to print a float to 2 decimal place. Basically, a float is a number that have a fractional part. I believe you understand that. A number that have a fractional part. So we want to print that using the decimal to 2 decimal place. So basically, we go ahead to copy the file name here. Hit on copy. I come here to create the file, do here, and I paste that. So this is it. So basically, this is from the source code. We had these 2 lines. I've explained what the first line does. From the source code, we have these 2 lines. So like I said, this is a hash bang or shaper command, and this is the number, which is the float we are talking about. We want to reduce to 2 decimal place. So basically what you do, you use the F string and do float, then the number and the number of decimal place you want to reduce it to. The 2F shows that we want to reduce this to 2 decimal place. Basically, that is what happens. And at the end of the day, it's going to print this float 3.14. So it's going to print this float exactly what we have here. Then the number reduced to 2 decimal place. So after that, you can do your escape W to save and quit. So after that, you move to the next one. Complete the source code here in order to print 3 times a string stored in the variable followed by first 9 characters. Okay, so we want to print 3 times a string stored in the str followed by its 9 characters. So the source code is here. You can check that. So this is the string. So this is the string of Latin school, and we want to print that string 3 times, then followed by the first 9 characters. So if you look at the Albertine school, the first 9 characters is Albertine. So what we do, we are printing the string 3 times. So let me just first create the file using VI. So I'll put this here. Copy. I'll leave the source code in the description. So yes. So these 2 lines again we are giving to us from like we had in the source code. Yeah. So what we want to do, we want to print string 3 times. str 3 times. String plus string. So this we want to print the string we have there 3 times. So we are concatenating. It's called concatenation in programming. So you want to concatenate string. We want to append them together. So you're doing that 3 times. You can do 2 times, 4 times, as many as possible as you want. So then we use the print function again, then to print the first 9 characters. The first 9 characters from Hobarton school, that will be Hobarton. Okay? So that is what basically we have. So you can check if you can test to be sure that what you did is correct. First, let me exit, escape, shift, colon, WQ. So check, can run, use the test file to check if it is correct. So basically, after you work on that, it's going to print this. So you can use this to test if what you did is correct. So the next one, completed this source code. Welcome to Hobarton, and you can find you are not allowed to use any loop or conditional statement. You have to use the variable string 1, string 2, your new line of code. Your program should be exactly 5 lines. So they gave us the source code again here. So what you're expected to do, you're expected to complete the source code to print this. So basically, it gave you a code to work on, and So basically this is it. I've explained this line a couple of times. So you have string 1, and string 1, the content, the string is Hobbiton, and string 2 is school. So then string 3, sorry, this line, you should provide the code for this line that we print at the end of the day using the string formatting welcome to, then string 1, whatever you have here. So that is what we are expected to do. So basically, yes, we define two variables here, string 1 and string 2, and you want us to input the code that is going to print at the end of the day, welcome to Hobbiton School. So you can, let's first create the file sysconcat.py. So I copy the file, and if I come here, I do vi and paste the name of the file. So it's going to open that. So this is it, guys. This is the what we expected to do. So these two line, these 3 lines you're giving, and this, so this is the only line we expected to write. So again, you come here. So this line you're expected to enter is performing the string concatenation, and it takes the original string 1. This string 1, it takes that and add a space. You see the space here. So that space will be added. This is a space. This is a space that will be added after string 1. So it takes that and add the space, and then add string 2 to it. Add string 2 to that. Then the result is Hobbiton School. So Hobbiton string 1 plus space, then school. So at the end of the day, then we are using printf function to format that string, and we want to write welcome to, then this string 1. We have a new string 1 now, which is after concatenating this string 1 plus space plus, we now have string 1. So it's going to print here welcome to what is now the new content of string 1, Hobbiton space school. So at the end, it prints welcome to Hobbiton School. So that's basically what we have. You can exit after writing that column WQ and quit. So the next one, want to complete this source code. You can find the source code there. You are not allowed to use any loop. So so the source code that is given is there, and this is it, guys. So firstly, you have a word Hobbiton. Your code goes here. Please remove this line. So print f first 3 letters, which is word first 3 letters, then print last 2 letters, and it's just a way of concatenating string. So the word Hobbiton, this line Hobbiton, assign the string Hobbiton to the variable word. Okay, so basically, if we want to print the first 3 letters, it is HOL, right? HOL. Then if we want to print the last 2 letters, what are they? It is ON, right? Then if we want to print the middle word, okay, the first 3, the last 2, then this becomes the middle, right? So that's basically what we want to do here. So first we copy the file name. Okay, I'll do vi and paste that. If I hit enter, it's going to bring me here. So this is what we expected to do. So this what you are going to, the work you expected to do on your part, because this other part we provided. So to print the first 3 letters, you use this. This is the code you use, word bracket. So what this does, you want to print from 0 to the third index, from 0 index to the third index, including 0 and excluding the third index. So from this word, where is the first index? 0. H is index 0, O is index 1, L is index 2. So we will stop there, because when we are doing this, we always exclude, when you are printing string, we always exclude the last here, because in printing string you have the start colon stop. So we are starting from index 0, we are stopping at 3. 0 will be included, 3 will be excluded. So we print this 3, right? Then minus 2. So this is the code, because we want to print the last 2 lines, so, which is on. Then we want to print the middle word. We are starting from 1, index 1 included, so 0, 1. Then we are stopping at minus 1. This will be removed and this will be printed. So basically that is what we have there. So I believe that a little clear to you. So when you are done, you can save and quit. Then the next one, I want to create a new sentence. Complete the source code to print object-oriented programming with Python, followed by a new line. Okay, that is what we are expected to do in this part. And so this is the source code. You can check that. So we want to concatenate the edges. So first, let me copy the file name. That's the file creation. So copy that, and if I come here, I do vi, and I hit enter, it's going to bring me here. So basically this code, what we have here, this code simply demonstrates how to use string slicing and concatenation in Python to create a new string from part of an existing string. So we are learning how to use string slicing and concatenation in Python to create a new string from part of an existing string. So this is a string str, and this is the content. This is the string content. Python is interpreted, blah blah blah, and all of that. So then we have this. This is what we are supposed to do. So from 39 character to 67 character, 39 character included to 67th included, excluded. So you can count that from 0 to, you count to 13. From 0 you start from 39, then you, once you get to 67 you stop, but you are not expected to print the 67 character plus the other string 107. Starting from 107, then you print up to 112, exclude the 112 character, plus the 10th was string starting from the beginning. This shows we are starting from the beginning, print up to the 6th string. So then we print the whatever content we have, concatenated or brought out from this is our original string. Okay, so what is that supposed to print in it? At the end of the day, if you do that rightly, it's going to print object-oriented programming. Exactly that. So after that, you do your escape colon WQ, and you can go ahead and test to check if you did the right thing. Okay, so to do that, you copy this line, and if you come here, you're going to paste that, and if I hit enter, you see it's going to print exactly what you have there, object-oriented programming with Python, just as you had here. So You can do that to be sure that yours is correct. So we move on. Start X. So write a script that prints the Zen of Python. This is one of the most important, the most favorite aspects. So let me clear here. So of course you should know how to do that. It's very easy using one of the most important, the most simple, the simplest command in Python, right? So I copy the file name and paste it. So what command? Can you guess? Of course, it is import this command for this. So again, you put this your shebang command or hashbang. So import this is going to help you print the Zen of Python by Tim Peter. So you can do your escape shift colon WQ. So you want to try that out. To see if it's going to create, if we do the correct thing, if import this is the right command to use. Okay. So once you put this, it shows that we did the right thing. The Zen of Python, beautiful is better than ugly, explicit. You can read all of that. All right, so let's keep going. Link list circle. You are not allowed to go anything and all of that. So write a function in C that checks if a single linked list has a cycle in it. Basically, I'll just show you the command. Time is fast spent. So let me copy the file name. Okay. So, okay, you have this list.h, which I showed you in the beginning of the code. So this is going to make reference to that. So we are working on this, not this is safer, right? So that is why it's ending with .c. Hope you haven't forgotten your C programming. So this is what we have. You can look through that. You can look through. This is the code. I'll leave it in the description. Not be able to go into details now, but if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section so that we can talk about it together. So once you are done, you can now. WQ and hello, write a Python script that prints exactly this string followed by a new line. So use the function write from the system module. You are not allowed to use print. So your script should print to standard error and all of that. So that is what we want to do now. So we're going to pull the file name from here. I'll copy that and I come here, I paste, if I hit enter. So we are printing exactly what we have there. So what we are doing here, I'm going to explain what is happening here. Okay, so we are using import system. The function we are using the function import system. So then when we come here, we have this system.standard_error.write. What that does is that it's expected the function to write string to the standard error output. We want to write a string to the standard error output. Typically, that is basically the console or the terminal. We want to output this error in the console, that error in the console or the terminal. So this is the error, and that piece of art is useful. Dora copper, the date is there. So then after that, we do system exist. So the function exit help to terminate the program with the status code of 1. If we are exiting with the code with the status code 1, it means that an error was encountered. But if we are exiting with the status code of 0, it shows that the program was successful, the program ran successful. So if this was 0, it shows that it was successful. But since we are printing to standard error, so this is basically supposed to be 1, which shows that there was an error in the program. So the code is using the system module to write an error message to the standard error output. So using the system module, we are putting module, and then we exit with the status code 1, which shows that there was an error when tried to run the code. So once you are done, you can do column WQ, you exit. All right, so the next one, quickly, we want to write a script that compiles a Python script file. Okay, so basically, the output of the file should be this, and the file name should be this. The file name is this. Okay, so basically, we do that, and VI does it. So what we are doing here is try to explain this again. This is the hash bang of bin bash command. We are running it in the command. We are running this using bash. So we want to compile a Python file. This code basically help to compile a file using the py_compile module. We exactly like you have here, py. We are importing this module py_compile, and we are compiling from a source file. Okay, so basically you see this, we are concatenating this to show that we are compiling from a source file, and the file to compile, like I said earlier, will be this, and then the output of the file will be this. So basically that is what we are doing. So we have the first parameter, which is the source file to be compiled, which is this, and the second parameter is the destination where the bytecode will be written, which is the second one. So basically that is what we are trying to, or we have done here. So after that, you do your escape shift column WQ. So if you have any further question, you can drop it in the comment section. Lastly, before we call it a day, we want to write lastly a Python function, define margin_calculation, calculation that does exactly the same thing as the following bytecode. So again, I'll pick this and copy and do vi, create the file. So I'll hit enter. So basically, we are doing a calculation, and we are defining this module magic calculation. What this does, we are defining two variables a and b, and we want to return 98 plus. So this means that a raised to the power of b, no matter the value, whatever the value of this variable a is, we want to raise it to the value of this variable b. So this means a raised to the power, this is the power exponent in Python, raised to the power of b. Whatever the output of that is, we add 98 to it. So basically that is what that does. So after doing that, you can do your shift column WQ to save and quit. So at the end of the day, after writing all your programs, all your creating all your files, you can do your git add dot, you hit enter. I'm not doing that again, I've added before. You do your git commit -m, then put in your commit message. You can do